We start with those updates on the wreck. In a news conference this afternoon, Gainesville Fire Rescue said the body of the other driver was so badly burned in the crash, investigators have been unable to identify who they are.
These details come as we are also learning more about the response efforts by multiple agencies to put out flames after tanker and car crashed. We're joined now by Valerie Lyons, who spoke with fire crews.
Valerie, I understand it took 2 agencies to put out these flames?
That is correct. In fact, even with Gainesville and Alachua County Fire Rescue, it took over an hour to fight the fire. Those flames, firefighters tell me, at one point reached up to 100 feet in the air. They were so high they burnt power lines and left hundreds of people in the dark.
Actually at home, and I heard a boom. I heard a second boom, and I looked out the window and the sky was orange.
What LATECIA Richards initially thought was a transformer blowing turned out to be far worse. Around 1:45 Sunday morning, a car collided with a fuel tanker, igniting 2 of the truck's 5 fuel tanks. That's when the tanks exploded, causing nearby power lines to fall.
The house just went dark. The sky is orange. You're seeing this flicker, which means something's on fire. And so one hand I was excited, the other hand was, wait, how close is the fire?
Before responders could extinguish the flames, GRU workers had to cut off power to the fallen lines. Once finished, it took 5 agencies, including Gainesville Fire Rescue and Alachua County Fire Rescue, to contain the flames.
This amount of fuel and the amount of fire that was there, really the area that it was in dictated that we needed to go ahead and extinguish it and not just let itself burn out.
GFR says the driver of the car was the only death, a number that could have been much higher if the crash had occurred later in the day.
Had this happened during rush hour, you've got a lot more cars in the area, a lot more people to move out of harm's way. So yeah, because of the time of day, that definitely decreased the risk to the community.
Nearby neighbors were evacuated to shelters while units worked. Meanwhile, more than 1,400 people lost power. Though Richards was blocks away, she says responders set up barricades, and she's grateful they kept the public safe.
I was far, and you knew you couldn't get any closer. You knew it. I mean, they had officers everywhere. Even the side roads they ensured that the public safety was the foremost focal point.
At last check, power has been restored to the entire area. As for the victim, investigators say they will be releasing a name once they can confirm their identity.